Welcome back to the bar. In case you guys are new here, we are Sips and Spirits, a podcast for lovers of both alcoholic and spectral spirits.
Okay, that's not fair. You changed it up for me. I couldn't follow you.
The one grumbling to my left is my co-host Eric.
And this is my co-host, Chelsea. Why are you doing this out of order? Welcome, guys.
Throwing you off as we come back.
There we go.
I'm not going to let you get into the rhythm.
A little disclaimer before we get started. We are not historians. Any facts or stories are presented from various sources, and we make no claims that these tales are true. We just found it to be spooky and interesting.
Yeah, we are not mixologists. Cocktails and spirits are tasted for the first time during the episode recording unless noted otherwise. All right, so today we always start off with a cocktail.
Yes.
In our episodes, introducing a cocktail and our spirit. Today, because we're just doing a little welcome back recap. Hey, it's been a while, 2 months since our last episode.
It's been a while.
And a lot has happened. If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll notice it, but we'll get to that in a minute. We always do try to have some sort of cocktail, and for this cocktail we took to Instagram. We asked all our followers, hey, what cocktail should we mix up for this episode? And we had the wonderful Basically Giles, and I'll drop that handle here on YouTube and in the show notes to make sure I pronounced, or I'll write it correctly because I'm not sure I'm pronouncing it correctly.
Didn't they guess one of our cryptids too?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
So thank you, Basically Giles, for dropping which of the Sips and Spirits cocktails we should be drinking today. And they selected the Churro Margarita, which we featured in the Churro Gran Malo episode. So if you guys are interested in checking that out, we keep all our episodes up. You can jump in at any time and listen to whatever you want to.
There we go.
So yeah. Want to go ahead and cheers to that?
Cheers to new episodes.
Raise your glasses, guys. That cocktail is so good.
Lovely.
And this time around, because as we're going to get into it, things are a little hectic at the moment. So we didn't have our agave nectar. We substitute with simple syrup. Tastes just as good.
Yeah, tastes pretty good, not bad.
Yeah. All right, so thanks again to Basically Giles. We will be dropping in random questions on Instagram quite frequently from this point on. So if you guys want to get a little shout out here on the podcast, be sure to answer those questions. We'll probably drop whenever we ask a question we want to feature in an episode about 2 weeks before the episode's supposed to come by.
Hopefully.
So, yeah.
As we get our rhythm back into place.
Well, yeah, so when you guys are seeing these episodes drop, when you're listening to this episode, keep an eye on Instagram the next couple days in the stories. Or even I'll make sure to put it in the feed. So if you're not checking Instagram frequently, you can still leave a comment on one of the posts.
There we go.
All right. So we did a cheers.
Yeah.
We already gave our toasting notes. And you can find this recipe, the one we used. It's not an original recipe. I mean, we tweaked it a little, but we found a basic margarita cocktail recipe and did a little spin on it. Instead of doing your standard salt rim, we did a cinnamon sugar rim. And again, you can find that recipe in the show notes of the Gran Malo episode.
Yep.
Yeah.
There we go.
As we discovered. All right. So let's talk about the podcast.
Let's go back in time.
The experience so far.
So,
are we going to go back and forth on this? We
I
didn't
have
actually
no idea.
talk about that
didn't talk
game
about
plan.
which order, but I'll start off. So,
all right.
We have released 20 new episodes last year.
Since our last party. Yeah,
which would
be, our last party was end of January.
Yeah.
So
since our last party, 20 new episodes. So if you're just catching up right now, we have 20... We have 30 episodes total. There we go.
We have 30 total,
30
and we
episodes.
have released 20 since our last virtual party.
Kind of thing. So if you're looking for something spooky, now that the holiday season's over, you're getting ready to start your Valentine's or whatever celebration you do February, come check us out. we
Nothing more romantic than listening to something spooky, cozied up with the person you love.
enjoyed some cocktails or mocktails. We have some mocktail versions and some more stuff too.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, and whatnot. So yeah, check that out.
Mm-hmm.
What else has new?
So we introduced our cryptids and cocktails segment, which has been so fun.
It has been a great experience. Like,
we've been drawing. So what we do is we draw or have friends draw cards from this deck called Clash of the Cryptids, and it's actually a card game, but we thought the illustrations were so neat and they have little descriptions of each of the cryptids, and we were thinking this would be the perfect way to learn a little bit about the cryptids and use it as the basis for designing a cocktail based off those cryptids.
Like, one of the greatest pushing factors for me to be like, let's use this. It was like, I wanted to learn about other cryptids that I did not know about. And this has pushed our limit on learning about new cryptids. Not just international cryptids, but also here, American cryptids that I had no idea were about.
U.S. local.
Okay.
Yeah, so, I mean, we haven't been disappointed by this deck in regards to learning about new cryptids, because we've gone international and national with what we've pulled so far.
Yep.
And I think only like 2 or 3 of the cryptids up to this point have been ones that we actually know, and the rest have all been, so 3 out of 10. We're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
And there's 42 cards in this deck, so we imagine it's going to be pretty good odds for discovering even more cryptids. I know, as we continue on with new episodes.
And the best part about it is, like, we pull these cards or you get these cryptids and be like, I have no idea how we're going to do this cocktail because we don't know what this is. And usually it's been a pretty good cocktail afterwards. I mean, all our cocktails have been enjoyable. That's why we didn't drink them here.
Yeah, but I think like every time we pull one, we're like, I don't know how we're going to make a cocktail out of this. And then either it comes together like magically, or we just like randomly threw things together and we're like, oh, this actually worked really well.
Yeah, exactly. So that's been great. If you're watching on YouTube, you will see we have a new setup.
Yep, new visual setup. We're actually in a home bar, for lack of better words.
But before our last 20 episodes, we did change our mic setup then as well. We changed our mic setup here.
So the last 10 episodes, we tried a new mic setup. Unfortunately, it didn't work, and we'll get into that in a little bit. Yeah. But we gave it a try, so you will notice a little audio difference, and we are going to be experimenting because, as we said, we're in a new space, like completely. It's not like we just rearranged our room like before. This is a new setup.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a bit.
Yeah, and we tried... The last time we checked in with you guys, we were trying a new setup, and it's always going to kind of shift and change a little bit because I'm that kind of a person, and he has to kind of just go with it.
The amount of times I've come home and the room looks different. It's like, what's going on?
Yeah, I am not that person who will leave a room in the same way for more than 3 months.
We'll see how things go on here. Another thing we did. Wait, I think it's your turn. Sorry.
No worries. You've been going, and then I add on. So
we did our first Halloween special, or special episodes. We did a Halloween episode. We got our costumes on. It was a fun thing.
Yeah, that was really fun.
And we made a cocktail for that. And it was great because
we got great feedback from you guys. That was probably one of the first episodes. Like, we got so much audience response to it, which was really exciting because I think we're just finally getting into that groove and really getting comfortable in front of the mics. 30 episodes in, which is totally natural. And we donned our costumes, we picked a theme, we got super Halloween-y with it, and it was just a lot of fun.
Very fun.
Yeah.
So that was cool. Alongside that, we also made a cocktail for Midsummer Scream last year.
Called the All Hallows Summer.
I was very skeptical of this cocktail when we first saw it because
I was insisting on doing something candy corn because I was like, to me, that's like Halloween flavor.
Yeah.
And I felt like candy corn's going to be the easiest of your classic Halloween flavors to put into a cocktail. And it actually came together.
I don't like candy corn.
He doesn't.
I'll be your normal person and be like, oh, but candy corn, gross kind of thing. But making candy corn simple syrup in this cocktail was, very delightful. And at least our friends said they enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, that was a fun adventure on its
Yes.
own. Was getting to mix up. And then on that note, we also got to do our first like event coverage as Sips and Spirits.
Yes.
You know,
That was an interesting thing to come together. We had a little event with our friends from the Silent Society that they pulled our cryptic cards for the next 10 episodes. And
Yeah.
whatnot. We got to go miss the screen as Sips and Spirits kind of thing. So we're hoping to. I'm trying to figure like.
sorry, I'm over here like just nodding, and I was like, "Remember, Chelsea, it's been 2 months. You've been on a mic. You have to say something. You
Talk
can't
us
just
well.
nod."
Welcome to Eric's Sips and Spirit episode.
I know. I'm just over. If you're watching on YouTube, you're fine.
Yeah. But yeah, it was our first time going as Sips and Spirit, so we were out giving out Sips and Spirit stuff. We were out talking to. We did a few Sips and Spirit content with our Silent Society. We're hoping for this year to be more interactive with the attendees and be like, hey, check us out.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, you know, if you haven't, or if you do, come say hi. If you're going to be Summer Scream this year, we will be there once again in our full blast. So come check us out. Come say hi to us if you see us.
Or like if you guys are going to Midsummer Scream, you want us to do something more official for the convention, reach out to them, Black Cat Productions, and tell them, hey, Sips and Spirits make some really great cocktails. They should make your custom cocktail menu.
So we'll be Midsummer Scream. So come say hi. Like I said, let them know we're willing to try a new cocktail. We'll come up with a recipe for them and give them all the ingredients that we think will be a great cocktail. But I know they're also limited what the event location allows them to have.
Mm-hmm.
I
But even just like, you know, how they did that with the Tiki experience, they had like a themed bar area.
That would be fantastic.
That's my dream. Right
that'd
there.
be a dream. Hey, Midsummer Scream. Make dreams come true.
If you're listening. Make screams come true,
make
honey.
Screams come true.
Come on, you gotta get spooky punny.
There we go as well, kind of thing. But yeah, no, for sure, and we'll probably, even if they don't bless us with their what I'm looking for, they don't bless us with the privilege of being able to do a cocktail for them. We most likely will create a cocktail.
Yeah,
again
we
this year.
still will be creating a new cocktail. We're waiting to see where we're gonna be on that. Like maybe we'll base it off of how we're gonna be dressing, or we'll find out what the theme is and base it off of that.
Yeah.
We're waiting.
And
so that's what,
if you
6 months away.
6 months away. Only 6 months away. Feel so close. But so yeah, if you see us around, you can welcome to ask, hey, you guys have the cocktail cards with you, and we'll probably pop one up like, here you go.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And that's the game plan for now. But yeah.
Yep.
Lastly,
right. We launched a newsletter.
And
did so with maintaining it. I'm not gonna lie. I had big ambitions for it, but you know, life is really funny. And as a parent of 2 small children, parents. I meant to say parents. It's parents. Cocktails already getting to me.
Oh, yeah.
As parents of 2 small kids, just finding the time. Eric was doing a 2.5-hour commute, both in the morning and in the evening.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, to get home and to go to work. So he wouldn't get home until pretty late. And we just, our weekends were the time to relax, but also get a lot of things done. And the newsletter just wasn't a priority.
We were trying to make a priority, and sometimes it came out, it just popped out fantastically. Other times we struggled to do it.
Other times getting the episode out was more important.
So we will be tackling that again this season. We're going to ramp it up a little differently. So if you've seen the newsletter before, look for some changes. There's changes stuff, and hopefully we can work on that to make it good.
Yeah. So that leads us right into our future hauntings for 2023.
For 2023.
With
new
Sips
year,
and Spirits.
new place.
Yep.
New look.
And as we discussed earlier, it's a new look and a new sound.
I like to point out, I was thinking about this before the episode, I started a trend. Sips and Spirit recording standing up. I broke my chair.
I'm not crazy about the standing up. I'm not going to lie.
I'm like, we got to figure something out because I'm going to feel this in my lower back later.
I already am.
So we need
But yeah, so we have a lovely new set.
You said.
Welcome to the bar.
Welcome.
we even have already little like photo op areas that you guys will be seeing sneak peeks of on Instagram or just our socials in general.
Yeah.
Our notices will probably be hanging out here in this personal home bar area. And it really is a bar. We can't wait to host people.
Yes. Hopefully we can host some of our friends here. If not, hopefully we can do something.
Yeah, because we actually have, it's like a literal bar space that someone could sit on the other side while we serve them a cocktail. So it coming a little closer to that like vision I have of making it feel like we are here lounging in the bar.
Yeah.
Serving you guys a cocktail and a little dose of spooky spirits.
So we're going to continue doing our cryptid cards, as I mentioned earlier.
We've got 10 down, 5 more from our Samhain Society friends, and then that leaves us with, what, 31? No, I can't do math.
That's 15. 42, 27.
27 left. So we still got quite a few cryptids to hammer through.
Kind of thing. So we're going to think of new ways to pull the next cards. We might do something similar, like we had our friends in Samhain Society pull cards for us, and then figure something else out, because
that's still in the works. We haven't figured it out yet.
We haven't figured it out, so we're trying to figure out how to pull the next set of cards.
If you have any ideas,
if you have ideas, let us know. Kind of thing. We've done the pull the cards from the episode, and that was logistically nightmare. So pulling the cards at Midsummer Scream was quite.
It was wonderful because we had 10 cards already, or 9 cards lined up for us, ready to go. So we did 4 and we have 5 left. So 5 more Instagram lives, hopefully coming soon.
Yeah.
Depends on our friends' availabilities.
Exactly.
But yeah, we're really excited about that. And
so if you have any ideas on how to pull more cards out, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, make it engaging for you guys too.
Yeah, kind of thing, let us know. So yeah, cryptids. One of the things that we're very excited for this year, or this season, is we are going to try to do we're
going to host our first podcast guest.
Yes. So we're working on getting all the logistics figured out. We got to reach out for them. We're very excited to have this guest with us. I don't want to spoil who it is, so I don't want to get your hopes up and then it doesn't happen.
Yeah, well, we're for sure going to have a guest within the next 10 episodes. We're not sure when it is because we're confirming right now on availability and scheduling, because we also have to find a babysitter for that as well, because of having a guest is going to require
us to record different times than we normally do.
Yes.
I don't know how everybody feels about being up in the middle of the night trying to drink and
right, especially if they're in a different time zone.
Yeah, gotta think, we're midnight here, you got 3 a.m. Well, I guess it's time for you to get up.
Yeah, so we're very, very excited. We hope this guest does work out.
So we're gonna try to have
there's going to be at least one podcast guest in the next 10 episodes.
Yes. So we'll see how that plays out. Like we said earlier, we returned to Midsummer Scream.
Yep.
We're very excited for that. We're very excited to be doing there. We're just waiting for Midsummer Scream to put their tickets up and be like, hey.
Yep. We're assuming it was like April 1st last year.
Yeah. So hopefully that works out and why not.
But the plan so far is to go. We've already got a room reserved and
we got our reserved.
We got our sitter reserved.
We'll see how that plays out. But yeah, anyone come say hi, come there. If you want bar locations in the Long Beach area or cocktail tips, you can find us there too. I don't know. I was like, if you guys want to drink with us,
really had a chance to explore that area.
We can't really drink in premise kind of thing, so it has to be like in a thing. I was like, oh wait,
just come say hi if you're going to Midsummer Scream. Let's leave it at that.
If you want some Midsummer Scream.
If you guys couldn't guess, we're really excited about Midsummer Scream.
We are very excited this year.
We are every year.
We are every year, but our friends from Samhain Society are planning to come back again, and we're very excited to be able to hang out with them
and then some.
And get to meet some new people, get to plan out a little better. So yeah, Midsummer Scream, come say hi.
Yes.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, keep it simple.
So, if you guys listen for the first time, normally after we do our highlights of going on or talk about our liquor that we're drinking, we start into the spooky part. I start with the would you rather question, and then we have a story afterwards.
And we encourage you to come find us on socials to answer the Would You Rather
Yes.
too.
We're curious. Like, let's have a conversation.
We've got some fun answers, honestly.
Yeah, like let's see what people want to do and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is a little long one.
Okay.
Okay. When I wrote it down, it was long, but so see how it plays out.
Sounds good.
Okay, so here's a scenario. You're walking, and there's mist all around you. You can't see past your hand. Let's reach this out, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So, would you rather, when you're walking down the mist or in the mist, something appears that you recognize, like someone you know, except they're a little off. Maybe they have black eyes. Maybe they have a extra large grin. Maybe their voice sounds different. Okay. Or would you rather, as you walk in the mist and you see a shadow starting to appear, but you don't know what it is, and as you get closer to investigate, you realize it's a creature, but by the time you can see what it is, it's too late.
I'm going to burst your bubble here, but you've asked this question before.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have.
No, I haven't.
Uh-huh.
No.
Well, then I'm having the craziest of deja vu right now.
Okay, then. Deja vu to you. If I asked this question before, let us know. I'm going to go back and I think I know which episode you're talking about. But I don't think I have.
All right, so say the second part. So
you're walking and you see...
No, I got that. You're in the mist. You can't see past your hand. First option is you see something.
You see someone.
No, you see a familiar shape,
Uh-huh.
but you get this feeling that something's off.
Yes.
Or
you see a shape that it's unknown to you, and as you're walking, it seems to get closer. It happens to be a creature, and when you realize what it is, it's too late. They're right there.
Probably the first one.
So like you see like
something that looks familiar,
like an old coworker.
It's like,
and it's like,
why would that person be there?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I think my flight mechanism is active. Sorry, I heard some car driving by had the bass, and I thought it was footsteps.
Doosh, doosh, doosh.
Yeah, and I was like, wait, that's too rhythmic.
Our kids are dancing upstairs now.
Yeah.
Okay. Person.
You just you see something, you're like, this is off. It gives you time to go the other way.
Mm-hmm.
First, you're too close and it's too late. Then you're too close and it's too late. Why would I sign my own doom?
I'm guessing, or the idea is that when you see that person that's familiar, like I said, you can't see past your hand. They're right here. I guess going, hey, Chelsea.
Neither. I like to enjoy sitting in a house enveloped in mist and fog.
You sit in a house, you look out the window, and then you see a shape, and they hear a knocking.
Yeah, just don't answer the door.
Hey, Chelsea. Hey, Chelsea.
No, thank you.
It's Mom.
What the heck did you do? My mother.
I don't know. It's not your mother. Something pretending to be.
Well, if you guys think my voice sounds like Minnie Mouse, hers does even more so.
If you've been listening a lot to Simpsons Spare for a while, you know that...
Excuse me.
I like to get down and dirty.
He's going to pick the second one.
I'm going to pick the second one. Most likely, the first one, to me, when I was writing, it's like, oh, it's like a doppelganger of some kind. I was like, yeah, that's nothing. Give me something scary, something different, something new.
But an unknown thing could be disguising itself as something you know.
Of course. That could be true.
Like, there are things that mimic voices of people you know.
Mm-hmm.
And are very, very scary.
Mm-hmm.
So...
It could be like that.
You're discrediting the first option for not being as scary.
Yes.
I'm looking at it as might be easier to get away from, whereas the second one, you're already doomed.
Well, I think the second one will be.
I get what you're saying.
Will be much faster for you to like punch in the face versus like the first one.
Okay, but you're a big guy. I'm
a
like, tiny woman.
I mean, like if you show up in the fog and you have like weird like twitching, and I'm like, "Are you okay, Chelsea?" And then I'll punch in the face. But then, like, if it's like already like some like thing, I'm like, "Bam!" Oh, okay. Hit first, ask questions later.
Well, I mean, you should do that regardless
I mean,
because
things are good.
yeah, if you wait, like that's how the zombies get you in the zombie apocalypse.
Are you infected? I don't know.
Don't stick around to find out, guys.
You always walk with the limp before, so what's going on now?
Oh man. Oh,
Anyway.
that took a turn.
Anyway, so normally
Eric's our resident storyteller.
resident.
But tonight is my turn.
Can Chelsea send the hairs to the back of my neck?
Well, so I did not come with like scare your socks off full of jump scares story. I came with the experiences of our new living spaces.
Oh yeah, that's always really fun.
As well as an experience my mother had about one of the people who used to live in this house that we're currently living in.
Ooh.
Yeah. I think I've told you this before, and I'm sure when you hear it, you'll be like, yeah, I remember that. Should I start with the story of the person?
Sure.
And then go into, because you can kind of contribute on.
Yeah, let's go second one and then first go back to our
All right,
experiences.
sounds good. So, we're currently living in my grandparents' house, and they moved in here about when my dad was about 8 years old, and he'll be turning 60 this year. 7 or 8, I'm guessing. I could probably look it up, but
a long time ago. It's been a good
it's been over
years.
50 years.
Yeah.
Since they moved into this house. Nobody's died in here that we're aware of because the house was new at the time that they bought it. It was only like 2 or 3 years old. So it was a brand new house. And my grandfather passed away about 15 years ago. It's getting close to 20. So between 15 and 20 years ago. I have to look at the exact year. About a year before I started dating you.
I think so.
Yeah. It was like not super fresh, but it's still kind of fresh.
Mm-hmm.
So the night that my grandfather died, so my mom was there in the hospital when he passed and had told us to come to meet him, and we we did our final goodbyes, but she was like, if you want one more, you should go, but we didn't make it in time. But so that night, as she was sleeping, and this is in the Fremont house, she wakes up in the middle of the night, and he's there in the corner where her closet in the bathroom meet.
I know where that is.
Yeah. And he's just standing there, and he's smiling kindly, and he nods, and then he vanishes.
Neat.
Yeah.
There's some weird stuff in that house.
Oh, there's so many weird things in that house. We could fill a whole episode of the experiences in the Fremont house.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's very nice. Comforting.
Yeah. It was like, it kind of eerie, like why my mother, because my grandfather is my dad's dad. If you didn't get that, just in case you didn't. But my mom's always kind of seen and had interesting experiences like that. And it passes on to us.
Yeah, no.
Us kids here. And yeah, I always think about it. Whenever I think of my grandfather, that's like one of the thoughts that hang out in the back of my mind.
Yeah, I don't think you ever told me this.
Yeah. Oh,
that's
I thought I did, yeah. I just find it very interesting that she would see him there just standing, and it wasn't menacing or anything, but she was like surprised at first to see someone standing in the corner of their bedroom.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, well, especially because we have seen things like standing in the corners of the bedrooms.
If you guys want to go into details of this house she lived in, and I moved in for a little bit.
Yep.
Let us know.
We got some stories.
I know we mentioned a few times here and there, but it was an experience for sure.
Quite.
That's neat though.
Yeah. So that's where my sleep paralysis episodes first started, is in that house.
Same here. Oh, thanks to you. Thank
yeah.
you for cursing me.
You're
Cool.
welcome.
So that's neat.
Yep. So that's that.
A little eerie, but it's cool.
A little eerie, but still a little comforting.
Mhm.
It wasn't anything, but it was kind of more like, he's like, I'm okay, I'm passing on. Because he honestly, like, my mom was there, my dad was there, my grandmother was there at the hospital when he passed. And they were like, it's getting close, it'll probably be in a few hours, like, estimated timeline they're giving. And he did not pass until he was in the room completely alone.
Huh.
Yeah, so there was nobody in the room with him because everyone had just stepped out, like, briefly. Like, I think my parents went to take my grandmother just to get a coffee down the hallway. And when they came back, he was gone at that point. So
It's always interesting to see how long people stay for.
mhm.
Like last year,
I think he wanted the peace and quiet.
I know my family has had a lot of death recently,
Mhm.
and one of the ones that was it last year or the year before? Part of my tío Enrique
Last year,
last year.
when they did the kind of the celebration of life for
No.
Enrique and Santos.
So last year he was there
Mhm.
included. So 2 years
Then
ago.
2 years
Yeah,
ago.
2 years ago, I believe he passed away. I know the exact dates, and
We've become funeral experts, it feels like.
yeah,
Since like 2018, 2019, we've had Cat. Oh my God. We've been experiencing a lot of death, particularly on his side of the family, and we're anticipating
Yeah.
on my side within the next year and a half.
I remember being there with my uncle, and just like seeing, like, like we know it's going to happen,
Mhm.
and we just there just waiting for it to happen, kind of thing, And I was there for my mom. I was there for a weekend. He didn't pass then, but he pretty much waited for all his kids to come to where he was at, and then afterwards he kind of passed. Everybody got to say their goodbye. So, like, people sometimes hold on to, like, that last moment to be like, you know what? Like, and you hear some of the stories where, like, they waited for this one child, this one person they wanted to say bye to.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah. It's
But-
always interesting.
Anyway,
But so,
not to a
moving
more
on.
personal level.
So, I feel like we've alluded to it, but haven't been specific about it. But now we are in it to win it. So
And to win it.
my grandmother's dealing with medical problems, so she's no longer living in her house. So we have moved into her house to be like the caretakers, at least until she passes, possibly indefinitely beyond that. So as I mentioned, we're expecting Death
Mhm.
to be a good friend of ours the next year and a half.
Sup, homie?
Yeah. So
Little fist bump.
we're not. It's not like overly grievous. We're anticipating it, so it's not a negative thing. We're
Mhm.
we're preparing ourselves. We're being realistic about it. But yeah, so we're in charge of my dad's childhood home right now, and I've been going through a lot, finding a bunch of pictures. Anyone who follows my personal Instagram has been seeing me, like, suddenly post these random photos. That's why. Of, like, me and my childhood or my grandparents, because I'm finding, like, tons of pictures and old junk and just trash, and it's fun. But it's an old house. Hasn't been, like, the best maintained.
I mean, it's not bad.
It's not in terrible condition, honestly. It's livable. It just things have accumulated and piled up. And I've been slowly, like, room by room, emptying each room out. But nighttime, of course, is when things get interesting.
Bump in the night.
And you try really hard not to let your mind trick you.
A few times we're like,
Because it's a new house. And any house, brand new, 100 years old, is gonna create mind games because you're not familiar with the sounds of the house.
where are you going, Skaka?
And we have our first bar customer.
Mhm.
So
This little fellow.
there was one room before I got to emptying it out. I swear I kept closing the door. It has two, I guess you would call them French doors, but it's a double door entrance. And one of the doors kept opening. And I swear, I was getting this vibe of like, that there was something just like checking to see if we're still there down the hallway. But like nothing malevolent. It's just still kind of off-putting. Because I would be like, I know I closed that door. And the weirdest part is, once I emptied that room out, door wasn't opening anymore in the middle of the night.
That is slightly creepy.
Yeah.
I know what was made my hair stand on the back of my head. Our bathroom that we're using has a hook
on the back of the
in
door.
the back of the door, and sometimes it swings.
So we have the hook doesn't swing. We've been hanging because there's 4 of us using one bathroom at the moment because we're still cleaning things out. So we hang a towel on the back of the door, and whenever you close the bathroom door, it sounds like either someone walking, like heavy foot, walking down the stairs or walking down the hallway slowly, or someone sitting in a rocking chair rocking slowly.
Which we have a rocking chair in the kitchen
Yeah,
right now.
so we have a rocking chair in one of the rooms that we just haven't cleared out yet. And it honestly, that the towel swinging on the door sounds like, and it took both of us a while to figure it out. Like I called Eric at one point, like, can you come here and listen to this, please? Like, I'm trying to be very calm.
You know,
but there's a little like panic in my voice here.
Exactly. You know, and just like I was saying, there's a lot of noises that we're trying to like, you know, get used to. Like the ice machine, you know, dropping the ice. It's like the other day we heard it. It's like, what was that bump? Kind of thing, you know.
Right.
You know, and just trying to do it, but.
And then we've been like leaving the door open. We've been giving the cat, because he was our prior situation. We were in a multi-generational home, and because we were living with my parents, they have these dogs and we have a cat. Our cat has been kind of confined to just 1 bedroom space unless the dogs aren't in the house, and then we let him kind of roam a little bit. But so he's been stuck in 1 room. So since we've come in here and brought the cat with us, we've been letting him kind of just walk about. But because it's an old, drafty house, I've been putting all the doors, either closing them or putting them at a crack.
Okay.
He just moved the chair. Oh my God.
This little cat's going to give us a heart attack.
But so, yeah, he's a black cat, guys. So in the middle of the night, the door suddenly opening and you can't see anything.
And it's not like swinging open. It's like, well, this moves a lot.
Yeah.
I gotta stop laying that. It's like, it's slow.
It's a slow
open. It's
well,
like,
and then he's got to like open it all big. He's not satisfied just with the space that's perfect for his body. He's got to like let it swing open.
I'm here.
And there have been a couple times, like I was here one weekend sick by myself. And he gave me quite the start, quite a few times. And I was like, it's the cat. It's the cat. Remember, it's the cat. So we know it's not haunted. There's no reason for this house to have any sort of...
You want to get a Ouija board out?
No.
Okay. Just checking.
But we're just getting used to it. But
yeah.
it definitely makes for a good laugh, or like, well, but maybe.
Well, maybe. We don't know, kind of thing. Maybe one of our neighbors is like doing some spooky stuff.
Yeah, why was this house on the market for like 3 or 4 years before?
I know, right?
My grandparents bought it.
But yeah, it's been a fun experience, and hopefully you guys get to enjoy some of it with us in video format.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So, needle pulling thread. So one of the things that we wanted to do a little differently here in episodes, you know, we're trying to get more
engagement.
There you go. Sure, why not? It's just that word.
Interaction.
So, we came up with this idea literally this week before this episode. So I was like, you know what? Why don't we ask each other questions? And of course, you guys are always welcome to also ask us questions. We'll put this list of questions with the Would You Rather post.
Yeah.
So you guys can ask the Would You Rather, answer these questions, interact with us. Come say hi.
So this segment name is Pending. Questions from the Ouija.
The Ouija, maybe.
Summoning questions from the beyond for Sips and Spirits.
Can you let me how would you born just...
No.
Okay.
No.
Anyway.
I mean, we can put one. I have like 3 we can put on display. We are not playing with them though.
You can put on display, and then all of a sudden you see a little orb in the camera.
Oh, I'm not worried about orbs. Those are
Sorry.
so easy to discredit.
Or someone trying to like tell something.
I'm like this terrible like believer non-believer.
Or like
it's so conflicting.
Like a fog going through there. A black mist.
Uh-huh.
Anyway.
You're distracted.
Anyway, so questions. So we're gonna try to come up with some questions throughout the episodes. We're gonna go back and forth. We're gonna ask each other questions. We did not check these questions out with each other beforehand.
Yeah, so he doesn't know what I'm asking. I don't know what he's asking.
Exactly.
And if you guys drop us questions, then we won't look at the questions. Well, obviously, I have to kind of print them out on a paper or whatever.
We'll look at them and then we can answer them. You know, we can say, hey, so-and-so asked us this question. They want to know. And we can ask
I won't commit it to me.
I mean, yeah.
Or we don't open it until we do the video. Like
Mm-hmm.
if we do it on Instagram, you can pull up the answers later.
Oh, okay, cool. I don't know.
So then we don't have to look at it until the episode.
I mean, we can look at them, just don't discuss them.
Yeah, but then your brain starts thinking it's more fun when it's on the spot.
Okay.
Instead of giving yourself time to vacillate over the
Sounds
answer.
good. Sounds good.
In my opinion.
So, should I be a gentleman and go first, or should ladies go first?
Well, maybe I should go first.
Okay, you go first.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay. If you had a choice, if we got to take Sips and Spirits on the road, what would be your dream location for recording a Sips and Spirits episode?
Okay. I had an idea in my head, but then I was like, you know what would be really cool? This would be really cool. But number 1,
yeah,
any spooky like house kind of thing would be cool. Someone has a spooky house. But number 2, and more number 2 than number 1, it would be very cool to record an episode in Loch Ness or by Loch Ness.
Oh, okay. Not where I thought you were going. But
Okay.
cool.
Like you know, like in the outside, have like a little picnic there.
Oh, a little picnic.
Yeah.
That'd be so cute.
You know.
Like a little wine and
Yeah,
cheese.
kind of thing. You know, a little we can have some local wines and cheese and have spooky stories, or just talk about Loch Ness again.
I like it.
That's
Cool.
good. Okay.
Your turn.
Self-care.
Self-care.
When you after you watch a horror movie,
Uh-huh.
what do you prefer as self-care? Do you prefer like something sweet and whimsical, something funny, something
funny and kind of like more on the era of stupid, not like too stupid, but just like where I don't have to think about anything. It just is no nonsense, and I don't want sweet and mushy or emotional because I'm already going through emotional recovery from the scary movie. But yeah, like something super silly, like I'm like trying to think of putting on an episode of Cougar Town, or I'm like, what did I do last time?
I fall asleep.
Yeah, he crashes after a horror movie, and yeah, this is why we need the cobweb bracket.
Yes, I was thinking about that.
Anyways, yeah.
Okay.
Something really silly. I might even like put on an episode of Bluey.
There we go.
That works really well. Or I go and like catch up on my YouTube friends.
Okay.
So like Midge is actually a wonderful like reliever from watching something spooky. It like scary spooky into like, oh, I want to be surrounded with this spooky.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. My turn. Which one do I pick?
She has more questions than I do.
Yeah. If you get inspired. Let's see. What is the scariest movie you've ever seen?
I talked about this before. I think I talked to you about it before. I don't know if I talked about it here before.
I think we might have talked about it. Cats? We might have talked about it. And you thought he was interrupting before. Oh my god, he's gonna make it worse.
To make this experience so fun.
So in the Halloween special. But I don't think so. I think we just talked about like our favorite Halloween movies to watch.
So I enjoy scary movies, and I do get like scared through them, kind of thing.
Some mess with your mind more than others.
So mess with my mind, but I think my scariest experience with a movie. So my brother and I went to watch White Noise in theater. It was just him and I.
Ooh, in theaters?
Mm-hmm. It was just, like yeah, we went to theaters, and I really wanted to see it because I was curious, and he was like, "Okay, I'll go with you," kind of thing. The movie itself it was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I can see how people like are kind of like, oh, it's kind of gimmicky kind of thing. It's an interesting concept, but I think what got me the most is when I turned in our car to go home, I had an FM transmitter for my iPod, and when you have an FM transmitter back in the day, it created static on your
because you had to connect it to a blank station, an empty
to
station,
and it will interrupt the station connection kind of thing. So my car has static noises.
It had white noise.
I had white noise at the start. I was like, nope, turn that off. Nah. Everybody and I our drive home was like 5 minutes. We're like, we're gonna drive in silence. Kind of thing. So that was pretty scary, kind of thing.
I feel like that's what sells a movie the most.
Yeah,
is not necessarily how scary it was when you were watching it, but like the experience that continues after watching the movie.
So yeah, I think that was the scariest. My experience that I can think off the top of my head. I've said to Chelsea before, and I think I've said it to you guys before. I watch scary movies as a date to be like, hey girl,
date.
Like, let's watch a scary movie and
oh yeah,
I'll protect you.
He was a player prior to Chelsea.
Prior. Anyway.
Not something you should be admitting to your wife on a podcast. You're not, but
the game never ends. Yeah. So, how to word this? In the realm of scary things, what is something that people find scary, but you don't?
Dolls.
You don't find dolls scary?
No. Clowns. I love clowns.
I love clowns.
Dolls and clowns.
Dolls and clowns.
I mean, I don't really like dolls.
So white.
But I don't think they're scary.
That's white silence. What is silence?
Something silence.
Something silence. The doll movie.
Yeah, I know. It's a ventriloquist dummy.
They call me a dummy.
No. At least not if I'm talking to Slappy.
I call him
Dead silence.
Dead silence. There we go. So,
I mean, it was a good, had lots of good jump scares, scary movie. But if I saw a ventriloquist dummy, if I came across one in one of the rooms, I'd be like, oh, it's interesting. That's just history,
Can I ask a follow-up question?
Oh, should you save it for?
Okay, I'll save it for a third question.
A third question. Let's do a third question.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, okay.
Yeah. Dolls and clowns. I like dolls. I like clowns. I do. They're one of the few things that represent a circus, and I miss circuses. I don't think they're scary. I don't like when people make them scary. I'm not scared by them. It makes me upset because it makes a stigma, and there are clowns who it's their profession, and I have a respect for them. It's a really amazing, beautiful job what they do and make children happy. And I'm sorry for any of you who have been scarred by clowns because they're not like that. They're not the clown doll. For the poor people who grew up with poltergeists, double
whammy.
entendre, double whammy. There we go. A clown doll, no. I don't like how in the remake of Poltergeist they make it even creepier looking. I feel like it's just as effective if they just leave it as is.
No, yeah.
I think Annabelle would be even creepier if it was still Raggedy Ann.
Make it what.
Make it relatable.
Make the experience the same, or it's something that is like
right. Well, that's why Dan Cummings, right, with that doll from Poltergeist, because he actually had that same doll, and I think my dad did too.
So if you guys were making these movies, Annabelle, Poltergeist again, do like a Coco Melon doll or something like.
Yeah.
Something like it's
Play
popular.
into the nostalgia. Probably for, I don't know, our generation, what, like the Tinky Winky or
Something like that.
Teletubby. Something.
Tickle Me Elmo.
Don't make it like creepy and sinister, because then it kind of has that layer of fake. It's
Yeah.
not real.
Make it more relatable. Make it like, oh wait, I have that doll in my next room right now.
Right.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Neat.
But yeah, clowns and dolls.
Okay.
I don't like it because it's like, well, kids play with dolls, so what are you setting up there to initially traumatize children? And again, clowns, same thing. I don't torture the children. They go through enough as it is.
We'll get to this doll topic later because I have some thoughts on it, but yes.
Okay.
Different episode.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right.
Next question.
Okay. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
If you could make a cocktail in honor of a horror movie or to represent it, kind of like how we do our cryptid cocktails,
Mm-hmm.
which horror movie would you choose?
Does it have to be a horror? Can it be like a horromedy?
It can be a horror-comedy, yeah. No, anything in the horror or horror adjacent. Like, I'll even take, like, dark, creepy fantasies.
Like my dark creepy fan?
I meant, like,
I know
like
what you
Witcher or
Yeah.
something with supernatural beings.
Supernatural.
Like, I would say, like, Castlevania or... Because, I think a lot of vampire movies, they kind of are. They're like a sub genre of horror movies,
It's supernatural. So
Yeah.
yeah. If I could pick a horror movie to make a cocktail out of. So I know we've had this conversation for a future episode, so I'm gonna skip the one that I think you know what I'm talking about. But if I could choose any
Just in
other
case.
movie besides that. This is a tough one. Because
Can I have my answer for that, but
mhm.
we're not supposed to be answering our own question.
No, but I'll let it slide this time. You know what?
Yeah.
Adam's Family.
Ooh, I like it.
Like when you asked the question, that's like the first one that came to mind, and then the one that we talked about to making. But I was like, you know what? Making an Adam's Family cocktail or like an Adam's Family cocktail menu will be fantastic.
We haven't actually talked about the Addams Family and making a cocktail for that.
No, we haven't. But
I like it.
like you know.
I like it. I agree. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I would do You'll Find Out.
Okay, that'd be fun too.
Yeah. Because we've talked about another one, and that's like a joint consensus.
Mhm.
But if it was just me, You'll Find Out.
Okay.
And if you don't know what that is, it's got your classic horror icons: Peter Lorre, Boris Karloff, Bela Lugosi. It's not a horror, but it's fun, like their horror.
It's a fun, yeah.
It's really, really fun. I love it.
Cool.
That would be a fun one.
That's a cool one too.
Yeah.
So my follow-up question to y'all.
Yes.
My question to your dolls. Since you find dolls not scary,
Mm-hmm.
would you test the waters with Robert?
No. Because I don't mess with things that are reported spooky.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That is a good follow-up.
And I was like, you know,
I was wondering if you were going to go like with Annabelle or Robert.
Well, you can't see Annabelle right now, but you can see Robert.
Uh-huh.
But the cat? Something. So many noises in this house.
I'm getting used to the noises.
It's one of the things we're trying to
And
get.
this is our first episode to record here, so.
We were trying to get the kids into a sleep schedule, and hopefully we can get them to.
They're getting better, actually.
They're getting better,
Yeah.
and just trying to record. Like now we have, because I'm so much closer to work.
Yeah, we
5
get
minutes.
getting the kids in bed by 8:30 is
But also,
awesome.
like, we don't have to choose like only one day to record. We have the whole week we can
We
record.
have the whole week. We don't have to wait till the weekend.
Yeah. So we're trying this out in the middle of the week and see how it goes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm out of questions.
I have another one, but I can save it for next time. Don't
Okay.
look.
I'm gonna.
You know what we didn't talk about?
What didn't we talk about?
And you were like, you didn't want me to ramble on about it.
What?
Winchester.
Oh yeah, Winchester. What did you
It's
do,
not
Winchester?
related to it. We didn't even work it into the flow. Usually what we do, like on our cryptid episodes, we'll do like a hauntings behind the bar, what we've been up to.
Maybe you can save for that.
Yeah, I can save it for that. I'll save it for that. So
Sounds
I'm
good.
going to leave you guys on a teaser. Cliffhanger. What
Winchester.
happened at Winchester? Lots of fun things, let me tell you.
Lots of drugs.
No drugs. Some uranium, yeah.
There we go. I was trying to think of the element. What is it?
Yeah, I
Is it
got you.
uranium.
Yeah. Ooh. Cliffhanger. Ending it there.
Is that the
Alright.
thing that like bad guys in Bond or like movies always want to buy? Uranium?
Isn't it? No, I think it's platinum.
Plutonium.
Plutonium.
Plutonium, not platinum. So,
Alright.
wait for last call.
I'm ready.
Alrighty. So, thanks for sipping along with us. And all the support you show. What's going on here? It looks different. Thank you for sipping along with us and all the support up to this point. We want to keep those spirits flowing. So please be sure to show your support by reviewing and subscribing to our podcast. If you enjoy the show, please be share with others. Like I said, we have 30 episodes behind us now.
Mm-hmm.
Come check out 30 episodes. That's a good.
We have a lot of fun in store for the next 30.
We have a lot of fun, hopefully, to come out. Hopefully, it works out smoothly. Hopefully, things happen and whatnot we want to do. And so, we're looking forward to that. Come check us out for new things. Come check us out for all things, whichever it is. Come check us out.
Yeah. We also have an email newsletter. Come join us via sipsandspirits.com/happy hour or join on our link tree on any of our socials. As I mentioned, we are revamping it. So if you've been sticking around this long and been hesitating, we're going to bring a new look to it. Please be sure to make sure you are, because I think we're going to have some pretty fun ideas for how to adapt this.
New one come out next week?
Yes.
Okay.
So new one alternates with, we release an episode every other week. And our newsletter will come out the week following our episodes. So, yeah.
Okay.
And then you can find us on all podcast hosts or YouTube. We also have a website, sipsandspirits.com, as well as an Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, all these things. Sips and Spirits is our handle. So come find us, say hi. And Eric's trying to do something fun with the Twitters, and we are seeing what we want to do with the socials.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yep, because it's fun times. So are we ready?
We're ready.
Close this tab.
Close tab out. Otherwise, our camera closer for us.
Close our tab. Say cheers.
Cheers.
And we will see you guys soon.